Well, after weeks of a government shutdown, 41 days to be exact, which the Democrats admitted they upheld as long as possible for, quote, leverage over the Republicans. Don't take my word for it. Here it is right out of the donkey jackass party's mouth. Watch.
We need to do this while we have the leverage.
Of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
You reopen the government and we lose our leverage, there has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Frankly, this is our only moment of leverage.
The idea that you would give up all of your leverage and then hopefully get some sort of great deal coming down the pike is just a fool's errand.
Why are working families the leverage the Democrats need to get Obamacare fixed?
It's the only lever we have.
Democrats have this one little sliver right now when we've got some leverage here.
Some Republican senators have pushed a bill that would pay government workers.
I think that just gives the president more leverage.
Catherine was basically expressing, in her own words, the notion that our leverage right now are our votes.
Them wanting to solve the problem that we want to solve, but do it in a couple of days or a couple of weeks when we've given up our negotiating leverage.
Without that leverage, the minority party, would be stuck in the mud and not basically have anything to negotiate.
And you know how bad it is, right? So they want it's the Republicans who want the government closed and won't feed the poor people. As soon as 8 Democrat senators jumped at sides and sided with the Republicans to get the government process reopened, they got excoriated by House members, their own House members, saying, what are you doing? You gave up the leverage. They never wanted it open. This is all a power game. This is why politics, the swamp, is so disgusting. They all lie through their teeth. Both sides, actually. The same thing will happen if God forbid, there's a Democrat president, Senate, and House, and the government shuts down. Republicans will blame them. You'll see. They'll hold down. They'll blame them. It's gross. So after the Senate finally agreed on a deal to end the shutdown that's left travelers stranded in airports sometimes 10, 12, 20 hours, sitting on tarmacs, among other things, Bernie Sanders is losing it because Americans might actually enjoy the holiday season. Listen to Bah Humbug Bernie.
To my mind, this was a very, very bad vote. Just on Tuesday, we had an election all over this country. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted, but tonight, that is not what happened. So we've got to go forward, do the best that we can to try to protect working class people, to make sure that the United States not only does not throw people off of health care, but ends the absurdity of being the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all.
They don't want it. They didn't want it open. They just wanted to use leverage against Trumpism. That's all they want. It's Trump derangement syndrome. This BS about they're worried about people with SNAP and EBT cards being empty. They're full of it. They are absolutely full of garbage because now it may open up and they lose their leverage. And guess what? It's exactly what they didn't want. They wanted people to suffer through the holidays. They're horrible, horrible people. Chucky Schumer, another swampy Democrat who's overstayed his welcome, knows full well that this shutdown will be yet another stain on a career of flip-flops, lies, and backtracking. Here, for your enjoyment, is Chuck having to admit defeat.
For months and months, Democrats have been fighting to get the Senate to address the health care crisis. This bill does nothing to ensure that that crisis is addressed. I am voting no, and I will keep fighting.
Except it's going to pass, Chucky. Here's the thing. AOC's traveling around the country with millionaires and billionaires, Bernie Sanders, right, against the oligarchs in their private jets. Here's the thing. She wants to run for president. We know that. She wants to run for president. She couldn't last time. She wasn't old enough. You have to be 35. She's old enough now. Question is, I think she's going to take Chuck Schumer's seat as senator first, and then you run from the Senate. Easier to run for president from the Senate than it is from the House. I believe that's what this is all about. It was fun, though, to watch Democrats cry about ending the shutdown they created. But the meltdowns by the media they own Well, that was even better. First up, MSNBC, where they agreed with me that Chuck Schumer should have been gone a long time ago, but for very different reasons.
Do you think Chuck Schumer needs to go after tonight?
He should have gone a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Yes. Yes, you talk about aiming, not meeting the moment, right? Every time he gets in front of the camera, the average Democratic voter out there screams, be done with you, be done. And this will only accelerate that.
So that guy's kind of the Lindy Lee of the other side. He was a Republican congressman. And he flipped sides because he realized being on TV was a lot more fun than being a congressman. So he pretends to hate Trump and jumps on the other side. But the folks over at the media arm of the Democrat Party really wanted this shutdown to continue, causing a massive pain for all Americans. Apparently it wasn't enough that Joe Biden's economy made it so bad that Americans couldn't afford turkey for Thanksgiving. Clearly the pundits, and I use that term loosely, at MSNBC really love it when Americans suffer more.
I have a lot more questions than answers. I don't know why Senate Democrats
are going along with
fought
this
so hard for a date promised in the future, and looks like they're settling for something that is 6 weeks down the line. Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
I would say it doesn't feel like a gentleman's agreement. It feels like Lucy and the football.
Ooh,
you know?
yeah, I see that.
It's like, oh yeah, we promised this vote.
Right.
Whoops, you know.
But for 40 days, you shut the government down, and now you're going to open the government up, and what did you get in return?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing.
They like it. They can't believe it. They have nothing to talk about now. They have nothing to point the finger at Republicans or Trump or whoever. They have nothing left to do. By the way, mark my words. Remember I said the shutdown was going to end right before these holiday recesses that Congress takes. They're going to get 4 of the next 5 weeks off. Kind of interesting how they got that thing together right before they get 4 out of the next 5 weeks off, right? You think it's not weird that they got about 5 or 6 weeks off and now all of a sudden they want... I'm telling you, I see right through these folks. I see right through. Let's jump down a little bit, a couple down, guys. Let's listen to Hochul, please. Hochul buses. I think we jumped down 2 sound bites. There we go. It's the subject of backtracking Democrats. New York Governor Kathy Hochul admitting that New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's central election promise of free buses not really going to happen. Welcome to the Democrat Party. All promises, but nothing's real.
I cannot set forth a plan right now that takes money out of a system that relies on the fares of the buses and the subways. But can we find a path to make it more affordable for people who need help? Of course we can. And
what about childcare, though?
Childcare, I already committed to. So we'll be on a path to get there because I'm committed to this as mom governor. I get it, but also to do it statewide right now, it's about $15 billion. The entire amount of my reserves.
Just one more. I want to get this one in real quick. Speaking of Mamdani, here you go. New York City, U.S. For this, your newly elected mayor at one of his first post-victory events. This is what you voted for. Congrats.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is such a pleasure to be here alongside so many friends and so many for whom today is the first time I'm having the opportunity to meet you. And this is the first Jum'ah that I have been to since we won our election on Tuesday.
Allahu Akbar. Where have I heard that before? Allahu Akbar. Oh, I know. Right before stuff blows up. We'll be back. 2.5 minutes.